Hello.
Hi, it's Earl. How's it going?
Hi, Earl.
I just wanted to let you know, in case I'm sure you're probably going to see Sati. I mean, you're probably with Sati right now.
I am not with Saudi right
Oh,
now.
okay. So Damien had said that Alan was good for the character witness. I reached out to
Mhm.
him. I haven't heard back from him yet.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you guys know so it wasn't a surprise.
Okay.
Just in case he doesn't end up showing up, because yeah, I have not heard back from him since I reached out to him after our stuff yesterday.
Okay. Do you want me to contact the police department and see if he might be on duty?
I mean, if he is getting cold feet or something like that. I mean, I don't want to try to push him. I already
Yeah.
did that with Olivia, and yeah, she doesn't seem very happy. So
Okay. And then do you know, were you able to get in touch with Bambi? Is that all set?
yeah, I talked with Bambi in person. We
Okay.
had a therapy session on Wednesday, and we also like she was yeah. But I'm probably gonna call her again anyways, just to tee everything up.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, and if you need any help, if you're having trouble getting a hold of anyone, let me know. I will also let you know. I did talk to Saudi to ensure courtroom security was up. We have the DOC are bringing as many people as they can for the transport. They're going to stay there. We have skip tracers who are going to ensure that people refrain from wearing masks in the courtroom. The metal detectors will be on so people can't bring weapons into court. And the police is also going to have a presence outside in case they try to grab anyone or in case anything happens, uh, gangs fight each other, and that is the unfortunate
Yeah.
reality of our state. So they are going to also be outside to try to make sure that everything is safe and nothing disrupts the courtroom before or after.
Yeah, and I know it's a big ask, and I already know what the answer is, but you know, you never know unless you ask 100%.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
guessing there's no way to keep the sirens from being in the courtroom.
They have the right to be there,
Yeah,
but they,
yeah, that's
again,
why I
to,
was.
yeah, they have the right to be there, but like I said, they no one will be allowed to wear masks in the courtroom, and the metal detectors are on the whole time. Any heckling or anything like that during court will be promptly shut down and people will be escorted out of the courtroom.
Would it be possible to make sure that none of them are on my side of the courtroom?
We can make that request. I don't see a problem with that. Do you want me to reach out to Saudi to go ahead and make that request known?
Yes, please. Just because, again, like there's been a whole bunch of threats and stuff inside the prison
Yeah,
towards
and I don't
myself from
want
them, and
yeah, and I don't want anything great. Unfortunately, the people behind you can hear.
mhm,
So this is also the thing, since you are, my understanding is you're still representing yourself. If people
yes.
are heckling you or you are hearing things that are distracting you from people behind you, speak up and alert the court, and Saudi can either make them shut up or move.
Okay.
I will talk to Saudi about making sure that sirens are not behind you.
All right.
Quite frankly,
Perfect.
they should be either in the up in the balcony, which also has metal detectors, or we can ask them to be over on the state side.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Even
of
though
course.
we're all the exact opposite ends of this, I definitely do appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
And
you,
also, just so you're aware, I hold no grudges or anything against yourself or anyone else in the DOJ. I know you guys are doing your job, and yeah.
yeah. No, I appreciate that. Look, you getting a fair trial is of utmost importance to me. Down to, I mean, I put it on the docket too that if you wanted a lawyer and that was your priority versus the court date scheduling this date, I would have fought to hell and high water to make the date change
Yeah.
if that was what you wanted.
Yeah, I think today is like yeah, it had to happen today. It
Yeah.
was yeah.
So, but no, it's if there's anything that happens during the court case that makes you feel like you are hindered in your ability, um, because people are heckling you or you can't think clearly because people are being too loud, speak up and it will be handled.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
Hey Earl,
Hey, Bambi, how's it going?
it's going all right.
I just wanted to check and make sure you're still good for the court case.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not gonna risk getting failure to show for a court case.
Oh, is it a big charge or?
Well, the worst charge I have right now is going 82 and 80, so I don't want to
Oh,
risk anything
wait,
worse.
did you say 82?
Yes,
Jesus, wow, that must have been one dick of a cop.
it was. The exact wording from the comp is like, well, you don't have to go exactly 80. You could also drive 60 miles an hour.
You know, in some places like in Canada, that's actually illegal. In some spots, that'll get you a ticket.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I've gotten no sleep. I honestly have no. I don't. I think I know some things I'm probably gonna ask you, but honestly, I'm not 100%. I've gotten no
Oh,
sleep,
okay.
and I've.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
will give
non.
you the same warning I gave both of your lawyers. Just be careful on the questioning because if you ask the wrong question, something I might say might be harmful to your case.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah. I've been getting. There's been more threats put against me in the last couple days, and yeah, I'm like exhausted.
Well, the positive thing is there's metal detectors now tours in the courtrooms, so they can't bring in weapons.
That's true. That's true. And I called Adeline and asked her to put up a request to make sure that none of them are sitting behind me in the courtroom too.
Okay.
All right. All right. Sweet. All right. I guess I'll see
See you in
you.
about
Yeah.
45.
Yeah. See you in a little bit. All right. Bye.
Hey Earl,
Hello.
how's it going?
Exhausted. How about you?
Doing all right?
Don't think we've ever met. You one of the new COs.
No, I'm the warden.
Oh. Oh. Hi, Warden. How's it going? Wait, I already asked
It's
that.
going all
Never
right.
mind.
Yeah. Just wanted to check up on you, see how you're doing before your trial.
Well, I mean, I've gotten almost no sleep in the last like 3 days, but besides that, yeah, I guess I'm fine. I already contacted Bambi. She's gonna be there. Also contacted Adeline. She's going to try to make sure that none of the sirens are standing behind me or in the pews, I guess, behind my the was it the yeah the defense area. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, it's good. Do you need have you talked to him behind you to get any food or drink yet?
Just before we leave, I'll do that.
All right. Sounds good. If you need any food or drink during the trial, you let somebody know. We'll get you some, okay?
Will do.
Have any questions, anything like that? Comments, concerns? Well, there might be a couple concerns, but
I mean, yeah, there's definitely going to be some concerns, but from what Adeline was saying, there's going to be you guys, some skip tracers, some PD, all kind of going to be be everywhere. Also, skip tracers, that sounds like a fucking weird one. I thought they just collected like fines and stuff.
I did too. But um, they'll be there, I guess. Extra security. You should be happy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I am definitely, but yeah. And Adeline was explaining, I guess there's metal detectors, so they can't bring weapons in, so that'll be nice, I guess,
Yeah, there are those.
as long as they don't try to, I don't know, attack me when we go in or when we leave or something like that. But I'm sure you guys know what you're doing, and you'll be able to, protect me and such.
Right, right. All right.
How long before we end up moving out?
Probably about 15 or so minutes.
All right, I'll make sure. Where do you want me?
Just don't go into any of the cell blocks. Stay out in the yard or stay in the cafeteria so we can find you when it's that time to go, okay?
Okay, yeah, I think probably in like 10 minutes, I'll probably use the little boys' room one last time, and then probably come back in here
All right.
and keep looking at the MDW and such.
All right. Well, I got some things to do, but you take care of yourself for those 15 minutes.
Will
okay?
do. Thank you, Warden.
Uh-huh.
Time to go, Earl. You get food and everything?
Yeah, I just ate.
Alright. Head on out. I'm gonna put you in soft dust real quick. Then I'll give you a quick pat down. Do you have anything on you that you don't want to lose?
No, it's just my phone.
Yeah. Alright. So wheat. Come on through. Alright. Right in this one. I'll help you in there real quick. 1 second. You're... the fuck? Oh, you're in the back. Okay, well, that works. Alright. Grab that one. Let me file your paperwork really quickly. Earl. All right, we are all set.
Alright.
Hiyo, how's it going?
Exhausted. How about yourself?
Is everyone on
I'm
this
a little
radio?
tired myself.
Super. I'll be calling out on radio as well when we have to turn. So if you forget where to go, I'll be calling it out. But the speeds of about 90 should be okay. In the city, we'll lower it down to about 60, 70. All good. Huddle up, guys.
Yes, Catherine.
You got this, Chris. There we go. Okay.
That's one way
We
to do
got
it.
it.
Do you do these often?
Yeah, now and then. Not all the time.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. There we go.
You're right.
She looks so serious.
So I heard you're representing yourself for this trial.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a bit rough that your lawyer had to drop out.
Yeah. But I understand, things happen. This is a pretty scenic route.
They just thought it's better to take a different route.
True. I'm just going to be thinking to myself for a minute, okay? Have you gone over the docket at all?
Yeah, I had a look at it.
And what are your thoughts?
And to be honest, I probably didn't read it super thoroughly. I just looked at some of the details, so I don't know. It's an interesting case.
Do you think it deserves the death penalty?
Honestly, I think there's been other cases which they were more deserving of death penalty, so I don't know about
like
this one.
Lottie Ash torturing, murdering, and cutting the head off of Amelia Casanova, a CID officer?
I'm not familiar with that case.
You should look it up. It's the state versus Lottie Ash. I think it was the last one. She murdered Casanova, tortured her first, and yeah, cut her head off as a trophy.
Know about that.
You're fine. No, this is good. This is great.
Oh,
We can get you out. All right, buddy. No funny.
yeah.
Sorry, my bad. My bad. Stop walking, Earl.
Whoa, wow. My legs are just going.
Fucking hell, come here. All right. No more funny business.
No more, got it.
Come on in. All right, just come on down here real quick. We'll put you in here, and then I'll ask the judge. Copy that. He's inside. All right, come on over here. It's up to you. If you're gonna be here for the court case, 20 is probably the easiest. We will be right back. I'm gonna check the cars real quick.
You feel prepared for this?
Not in the least. But, I mean, don't really have much of an option. Not gonna lie, I think the state has already made up their mind. How about you? Are you prepared for this or anything that might happen?
I mean, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I don't know. We're expecting to.
I mean, they say
It's
they have
possible
metal
something could
they say
happen.
they have metal detectors, but I mean, I'm sure there's ways around it.
We're here to protect you, and we're ready.
last little look over my notes. God. Ugh. Oh, goddamn pancake parlor. Have you eaten the pancake parlor? They have some good food there.
Stand for. Right, oh, we're gonna bring you up. Do you want to stand up? I can put you in cuffs. Okay. 3.
No, according to Santi, that's being done by the skip tracers.
Okay. Oh.
Skip tracers are going to be doing the reading, you know, the.
Hold a gun to your head today. Are you gonna drive away?
They're gonna be
All right.
looking, you know,
Cuff you to your
checking
table
in
here.
and whatnot.
Mhm.
I'm just asking, man.
And stay here and just make sure that everybody.
You got a
stays under
fine.
control. So you'll just kind of stay up here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
He's also
Make
probably
sure
never
that,
gonna
uh,
return
I'm
to
safe,
society,
everybody
so that
else is
fine isn't gonna do much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Got a lot of fines.
Is that Warden Freeman I hear?
Indeed.
Oh god. This will be good. All right, there you go. No funny business at all.
No
Anna,
funny
we're gonna have
business.
you,
None.
Stay here
None.
during the trial.
I'm searching you
Zero.
again.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's got a phone on him. Take his phone off and any electronic devices as well.
All right, put that back in your C's bag. Once this is over, you can get it back.
Okay.
I also want to let you know.
I'm on the wrong side.
I've been trying for the past 3 weeks.
Hey, have you eaten? Do you need food at all?
I ate just before we left the prison, so I'll be good for right now.
Okay, let me know if you're hungry. I've got some spare food.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, before court starts, will we be able to quickly approach, also with the defendant present as well?
Oh, right, yeah.
I know he'll have to be moved because he's cuffed, but I just want to discuss something with you before court starts officially.
Okay. All right. Come to my chambers. Yeah.
Doing that now?
You can bring him into my chambers. Keep him cuffed though.
Sure. All right. If from the
Yeah, all
here
yours.
to Chamberson. All right.
Probably gonna talk about the Super Bowl.
So I mainly
Okay.
just wanted to let you know this and also let Earl know this. Since he is self-representing, Bambi did call us right before trial, mainly because she was concerned about what type of questions we could ask and potentially them being against, doctor-client confidentiality. Uh, because Earl is not a bar certified attorney and is representing himself, I did just want to flag this for the court. We have no intention of going into or opening any scope that he does not open himself. But if anyone feels like we are going too far, I am happy for that to be paused questions by yourself, Your Honor, Earl, by you. This is also a rare circumstance where I might actually suggest that we allow and instruct the witness herself to, if she's worried about a question being asked by opposing counsel, to flag it. Bambi is not one of our witnesses. She is exclusively Earl, one of your witnesses.
Hmm.
And I don't want to take advantage of the situation here.
I mean, that's appreciated.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll just keep it to this trial and the victims and the witnesses in this trial.
Okay. And Your Honor, would it be okay to potentially for you to let Bambi know if she has concerns to raise them instead of a normal
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
objection? Okay. Perfect. That was it. I just wanted to make sure you both were aware of that. And potentially that accommodation could be made for Bambi specifically.
Okay. Will do.
That's it.
Earl, do you have any questions prior to us getting started with this?
Can I just get that free plane ticket back home?
Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, let's go.
All right.
Sorry if that was funny business.
It was.
Sad. Someone tells me it's a long read.
Yeah, you're very loud.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this started. First, before we begin, I need to say this clearly. The trial must proceed without any further violence. There's already been too much of it, and it's the reason we're here today. Real people were harmed over an extended period of time, and nothing that happens inside this courtroom should add to that harm. This should be where it stops. We're not here for retaliation or fear. I'm here to listen, to weigh the evidence, and to apply the law as it's written. Also, Earl will be representing himself, as there were unfortunately no lawyers available for him to represent himself. I expect everyone to remain respectful within this courtroom. I don't want to hear any threats. I don't want to hear whispering. I don't want to hear people's phones ringing. So if your phone is turned on and you have the ringers on, please silence your phone. I plan on this moving along. All right. So we are here today, State v. Earl Brooks. The charges are mayhem major ×1, government corruption ×1, and stalking ×1. Earl Brooks, how do you plea?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. This statement of charges by state is starting in November 2025 and spanning through January 2026. Former EMS member Earl Brooks would torment members of the Sirens in a sick perversion of balancing some of the bad with good. This torment would include the direct kidnapping, torture, and mutilation of Louise Hunter and Harm DeFocker for nearly a week. He would later kidnap and drug Lottie Ash and then, nearly a month later, attack her again. In between these attacks, he would reach out to members of the Sirens, trying to justify his actions and further torment his victims. He would also stalk his victims, taking and sending photos of them and even hiding to record private conversations. During this 3-month-long endeavor, Earl Brooks obtained employment with EMS and then used his position to obtain items to assist in the torture of his victims. Beyond that, he would use his access to taunt police and obtain privileged information about his victims. Okay. And state, do you have an opening?
We do, Your Honor. Your Honor, today you will hear from witnesses and be presented evidence that tells the story of how Earl Brooks tormented members of the Sirens starting in November of last year through January of this year. The state will show how Earl Brooks abused his position in EMS to effectuate his torture, get information and access that he otherwise would not have. Additionally, we will show the lengths that he went to inflict pain and suffering on his victims, all of this in an attempt to, quote, balance some of the bad with the good. At the end of this case, the state will ask you to hold Earl Brooks accountable by finding him guilty of all charges. Thank you.
Earl Brooks, do you have an opening?
Yes, Your Honor. Never really done this. I don't really know how to start, but I'll I guess, kind of say the prosecution is definitely going to try to paint a very graphic depiction of the acts that I had created, and as a way of, tormenting and torturing other people when trying to make me out to look like a monster. I am not a monster. Anything that I may have done, anything that may or may not have happened was, was done for the good.
Okay. All right, so prosecution, we can then begin this, and if you would like to call your first witness.
The state calls Alice Meyer, Your Honor.
State your name for the record.
Alice Meyer.
Do you, Alice Meyer, solemnly swear that you would tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and the only truth? So help you.
Yes.
What god did you use?
Coco.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
Okay. I didn't hear it either, but yes.
Okay, you state you may proceed.
Alright. Can you please state your name and rank for the courtroom, please?
Senior Trooper Alice Meyer.
How long have you been a detective for?
Over a year.
Okay. What type of investigations do you typically handle?
Mostly homicides, kidnappings, tortures.
Was she using the microphone, Your Honor? It sounded like she...
I am.
Okay.
It keeps turning off for some reason.
Okay. Alright, can you say that one more time for me? I'm sorry.
Mostly homicides, kidnappings, tortures.
Okay. What was your involvement in what was your role in this case?
I was originally assisting Detective Adam Pennebaker, but it was the holidays. I ended up becoming the lead detective on the case.
When did your involvement start?
Oh, fuck.
Can you repeat that, please?
When did your involvement start?
It started on November 30th, 2025.
Okay. And when did this investigation begin?
November 30th, 2025.
Okay. How did this information first come to law enforcement's attention?
Bobby Monroe had called 911 about blood near the bunker and satellites in Sandy.
Okay. Were you on that scene?
Yes.
What did you find when you arrived?
We found a siren's backpack on the bunker, footprints, hair strand, and blood on the keypad that is on the satellites.
Okay. Did anything happen while you were on the scene?
Several members of the sirens showed up.
Okay. Do you happen to remember who those were?
I know Mark, perhaps Misha. I can't really recall who showed up.
Okay, that's okay. Continuing on, and did you collect evidence on the scene?
Yes, the blood on the keypad and the hair strand.
Okay, who did the bullet come back to?
Louise Hunter.
And how did you determine this?
The crime lab within the MRPD.
Okay. And you previously mentioned that you were led to this scene via 911 calls, is that correct?
Yes.
Were those calls documented?
Yes.
Okay. Did you document anything else?
Footprints, blood, book bag. I believe someone else who was on scene documented this sirens that had showed up.
Okay. Was there anything else that was documented?
No.
Okay, thank you for your service.
Or, well, Twinsta posts.
I'm sorry, what did you say about Twinsta Post?
Some Twinsta posts were documented as well.
When were those Twinsta Posts documented?
Shortly after the scene.
Okay. And how did this compare to when you received the 911 call?
Very cryptic messages, both through Twinsta and the 311.
Okay. And was Louise Hunter found on that scene that day?
No.
Did your investigation continue?
Yes.
What steps did you take to continue your investigation?
I believe at the start, other officers wrote phone subpoenas. There was a phone subpoena, there was a wiretap written for Louise Hunter's phone.
Okay. Alright. And then... let's see here. Alright, moving forward. Are you aware of the scene on December 1st involving Harmony Fokker?
I was aware, yes, but I did not respond. I was only added to the report for notification.
Okay. Do you happen to know how law enforcement were alerted to that scene?
I believe Lottie Ash had contacted Ranger Shane Taylor to alert him of Harm D. Fokker being kidnapped.
Okay. Your Honor, I need a moment, please.
Okay.
So, getting back to the December 1st scene involving Hamdi Fokker, was there evidence collected on this scene?
I believe blood was collected off the car.
Who did that blood return to?
RMD fucker.
And how was that determined?
Another officer ran it through the PD crime lab.
Was there any other evidence found on that scene?
I can't recall.
Okay. Was there any signs of a struggle on that scene?
Yes.
Okay. Did you take any steps to further the investigation?
I believe other officers wrote phone subpoenas for Harmdy Fucker's phone.
Okay. Did you know if that phone was recovered from the scene?
It was not, no.
Okay. Alright. And are you aware of the scene on December 2nd, 3rd involving blood at Mount Chiliad Cable Cart Terminal?
Yes. Again, I was not the responding officer for that. I was alerted to it by a other CID detective.
And do you recall how law enforcement were alerted to that scene?
I don't know, actually.
Okay. And do you know what was discovered on the scene?
If I remember correctly, signs of someone being kept at the cable car's blood and some DNA.
Okay. I don't know if you're not opposed, can she reference a report number for this specific report that's in evidence?
I need you to let the courtroom know the report number that you're looking at, and you need to introduce it so that the defendant has the ability to look at this while the officer is looking at it as well.
Absolutely, Your Honor. It's going to be... Hold on, let me see how they attached it here to the docket.
It'll be in the evidence found.
Yeah, hold on. I was just trying to get a direct way because it's in the docket, but the specific report number is attached to other reports that are in the docket. Hold on.
Is it 76551?
No, I'm referencing 71748.
It's in Earl. It is in that.
I got it.
76551.
I have it. Thank you.
We'll get you.
Oh,
to
okay,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, but
we'll get
I
you to
need
that
it,
one.
so please quiet.
So it's 76551, Your Honor, is the parent report. And then from there, it's going to be report number 71748 attached within the evidence found report.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, does everybody have that up that needs to have that up?
Yes, Your Honor.
A witness?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you can continue with your questions.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us what was discovered on the scene?
Pillow and blood and hair on the ground.
Okay. Was the hair tested?
Yes, Sergeant Ranger Nathan Winchester ran lab results for the blood and hair.
Okay. And who did it come back to?
Harmdy Fucker and Louise Hunter.
Okay. And was the blood tested?
Yes.
And who did it return to?
The blood came back to Louise Hunter.
Yep, same
Okay.
for.
I'm sorry, did somebody else say something? Or did I just do something? Okay, alright. Alright. Did you take any further steps in your investigation at that time?
At that time, I did not.
Okay. Did you have any theories at that time?
At that time, no.
Okay. Alright. So, moving on to December the 4th. Are you aware of the 311 messages, photos that were sent on December the 4th?
Was that the? Can you go in more detail?
Yeah.
There's
Your
a
Honor.
lot happened.
That's okay. No, I understand. Your Honor, if we could put up an evidence photo, if that's okay.
Okay.
It's going to be, let me know whenever you're ready for the report number of where it is.
All right, go ahead.
Report number 71966.
Okay, and which photo?
If my notes are correct here, Your Honor, it should be image 311 call sent in. It's the one that was sent in at 6
There's
p.m.
two of them that say that.
Hold on. It was the one that sent in 6 p.m. GMT. Hold on, Your Honor.
6 p.m. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Do you know whose picture is written in that message?
The base is purple.
Whose phone is ringing? I asked everyone to turn their ringers off prior to the court case. Okay, go ahead and could you re-ask your question?
Absolutely. Do you know whose picture is written?
Even though the photo is scribbled off, it's believed to be Lottie Ash.
Okay. And at this point, were you made aware of these text messages?
Yes.
Okay. At this point, did you have any theories?
Not yet.
No? Okay. Did further investigation happen after these were received?
Yes.
Okay. Were these the only 311 messages received?
No, there were several received through the span of a few months.
Okay. Well, what kind of text messages were received?
A lot of messages of pictures with Lottie Ash, one where she was in the prison yard during her sentence. Another would be a picture of Harm and Louise cuffed.
Okay. Did these all come from the same phone number?
Mostly yes, but spread throughout different numbers.
Okay. And you stated previously earlier that there was a wiretap written on. Hold on just a moment. There was a wiretap on Louise's Hunter's phone. Is that right?
Yes.
Did that reveal any messages?
At the time, no.
But also to confirm, you said that Harm's phone had been taken but not recovered at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Was his phone ever recovered?
No.
No? Okay. Sorry about that. Moving forward, still continuing on December the 4th. Are you aware of a scene involving blood near the Roach Motel on December the 4th?
I was made aware of it, but did not respond as I was not on duty.
Sorry, I didn't understand you. You said you were or were not made aware.
I was made aware, but I was not on duty at the time.
Okay. And how law enforcement were alerted to that scene?
Through a 311 or 911, I cannot recall which one it is.
Okay. Your Honor, may we all reference another report number, if that's okay?
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be the same track that we followed earlier, Your Honor, except for this report number is 79182.
79182.
Yes.
71982.
71982. And actually, I was incorrect about the. I was actually incorrect about the track, Your Honor. We'll have to. It's under. Report 76551, which is attached to the docket. It's Earl Brooks evidence found, is where we all need to go. There.
Okay.
Does everybody have the report up?
Yes.
Okay.
Alice? Can you tell us what evidence was found on that scene?
Smashed siren horns and blood on scene.
Evidence tested?
I believe Deputy Merv and Maggot tested the blood.
Okay. Who did it return to?
There were 2 DNA blood on the scene. One came back to Elise Hunter, and the other came back to Harm D. Fucker.
Did you say that there was 1 set of siren horns found, or 2?
It was mashed up, so it's hard to tell the amount. It could have been 1, could have been 2, could have been several.
Okay. Just to confirm, how were law enforcement alerted to this scene again?
311 call through dispatch.
We know who called 311?
A unknown number.
Okay. Was a subpoena filed for that phone number?
I don't recall.
Moving on. December the 5th. Are you aware of 311 message photos that were sent on December the 5th?
December 5th?
Your Honor, I also have an evidence photo if you could display it as well. It's another text messages.
Direct me to where?
It's going to be on report number 72095. 72095. And let me know when you get there.
In 2095. So where am I going? How am I getting to 72095?
Sorry, Your Honor, just one moment.
That one you will get to by going to 76553, the 311/911 text.
Okay. The next number is
72095.
Okay.
And then the image would be 311 number 1.
All right. Can you read that message? Can you read the message for the courtroom?
Sure. That text message states 2311. I think these 2 sirens are finally understanding why this is happening to them. They still have a couple more lessons before I let them go. Before the end of the weekend, you will have them back and hopefully no longer wanting to be monsters. There is no place for their kind of evil in this world.
Can that message stick out to you?
Monsters, sirens, teaching them their lesson, and there was a letter, or I guess you want to call it note, attached to the 311.
The image that was sent after the initial text, do you recall who it was addressed to?
Lottie Ash.
Okay. And who do you believe that they were referring to?
Harm the Fucker and Louise Hunter.
Okay. And does Lottie have any relevance? Any relevance to the sirens?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Lottie Ash is the Sirens leader.
Your Honor, if we may take another moment to let the witness's voice rest for just a second, and for me to hear with my co-counsel.
Go ahead.
Alright, continuing on, Your Honor. Let's go to December the 6th. Aware of a scene on December the 6th at the Grape Seed Train Yard.
Repeat that, Panda Baker, sorry.
It's okay. Are you aware of a scene on December the 6th at the Grape Seed Train Yard?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall how law enforcement was alerted to that scene?
A 311 was sent out. PD did not respond to it. Dispatch had to alert PD to that location.
And based on your review of the scene, can you describe it?
Side of the, I guess you want to call it a barn-like structure or a train garage, either or. There was boot prints, footprints like they were being pulled along, and inside of the barn structure, there was blood along where the chairs are against the far left side of the wall, and tools.
We've got a lot of evidence on scene, right?
Yes.
Okay. Was anyone found on the scene?
No.
Okay. And I'm sorry to bother you, Your Honor, but we have another photo if we could put that up.
And okay, what?
Yeah. I'm doing it right now because I know what you're getting ready to ask me.
This one is going to be inside of 76551. And the report number from there is going to be 72215. So evidence found 76551, and then torture and grape seed 72215.
Mr. Brooks, do you have that up?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, you can proceed with the questioning.
Specifically, we're wishing the image train yard inside number 4. Inside number 4, Your Honor, be displayed. Okay. All right, Detective Alice, can you describe to us what's in this photo?
The 4, yeah. So on the left-hand side of the chair, there is blood the blood is mixed in with sand. On the right side, the green chair, there's blood all around and several chunks of flesh.
Okay. And is all of this evidence tested?
Yes.
So, who did the blood on the knife come back to?
Louise Hunter.
Okay. And who did the blood on the floor come back to?
Again, there were 2 blood DNA on the floor on the left side mixed in with the sand. That blood comes back to Harvey Fucker. And on the right side, the blood comes back to Louise Hunter as well as the chunks of flesh.
To confirm, the flesh do come back to Walker or Lewis Hunter, I'm sorry.
Louise Hunter.
And what were the results of the 3 foot casings?
Can you repeat that, please?
What were the results of the 3 foot casings?
What?
Okay, hold on. Let me be more specific. Okay. You said that there was boot footprints on scene. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Can that be seen in this image? Sorry, the image is a little far
This
away
image,
from me here.
no, but I believe there is an image of the outside that has it. Because also inside of the barn structure, there was a sandblaster kit nearby the bloody knife.
But regardless, there was a boot print found on scene. Is that right?
Yes. Footprint, 2 male and 1 female.
Okay.
Objection. How can you tell if it's male or female?
Female feet are generally.
Prosecution, do you have a rebuttal?
Your Honor, the prosecution is happy to clarify with the expert witness that particular distinction.
Okay. All right. So I expect that that's answer to the next few questions as to how we know it's a male or female.
Okay. Now that I've got this here, so based on the boot prints, what were we able to determine about them specifically?
The boot prints were about a size 11.
Okay. And just to jump forward a little bit, did you ever determine? Did you ever obtain Earl Brooks's shoe size in the course of this investigation?
Yes, during his interrogation.
And what was his boot size?
Size 11.
Okay. All right. Nothing further on the boot print, Your Honor. Okay. Moving on. Still December the 6th here. We're going to move on a little bit. Are you aware of an incident on December 6th at the Irvine Inn relating to this investigation?
Yes.
Okay. And how were law enforcement alerted to this scene?
Eddie Concord had contacted. I'm gonna interrupt to say someone's getting their butts beat right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, to continue, Eddie Concord had contacted dispatch.
I would suggest that if you're in the courtroom, you stay in the courtroom, and if you come back, I will give a contempt. If you're going out there to fight, stay out there. Okay, you can continue.
To repeat myself, Eddie Concord had contacted dispatch.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Your Honor, we're going to need another photo displayed. I'm ready to tell you how to get to it whenever you are.
Okay.
It's going to be Earl Brooks evidence found, 76551.
How are you?
And then from there, the blood and phone found at Irvine Inn that's attached to that. Report number 72223.
And the name of the photo?
We want image phone on tray dash number one, image number 1 and 311 text.
I don't want to talk too much and interrupt. I'm gonna sit here quiet.
Okay. And you said that, back to the questioning, you said that Eddie Concord had called 311 and alerted you to this scene, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Was there a phone found on that scene?
Yes, there was a phone on the desk of the Irvine Inn.
Okay. And what was on the phone that was found?
Can you repeat that, please?
And what was on the phone that was found?
A text message directed towards Lottie Ash.
Okay. Would it be this text message that's displayed on the monitors?
Yes.
Okay.
There was that note to Lottie and a picture of Lottie in the prison yard.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you say that one more time for me?
On the phone was a image addressed to Lottie, and the second image was a picture of Louise and Harm and the grapeseed barn trading structure.
Okay. There was two images on that phone. Is that right? This is the first image?
Yes.
Okay. Before we move on to the second image that was found on the phone, can you tell us what this image says? Or describe this image to us?
Sure. It says, Lottie, you've been trembling in the dark again. I can hear it, the little hitch in your breath when you realize I'm somewhere behind the walls. The house keeps offering me places to take you, places where the light can't interfere. It's eager for what comes next, and so am I. Soon, Lottie, very soon. When I finally have you where I want you in the dark, and I will take our time with you.
Your Honor, on that same report, since you said that there's two images, the one right below it, 2 and 311 text.
Image 2?
Yes. Wait a minute, Your Honor, don't do that. Alice, briefly describe the second image that was found.
The second image is Louise Hunter and Harmdy Fucker and the train barn structure sitting in the chairs.
And at this time, did you have any theories about what was happening?
That they were kidnapped and more than likely being tortured against their will.
Okay. And let's see. And at this point, this is December the 6th. Approximately how long have they been kidnapped at this point?
Louise Hunter at that point for about 6 days, Harmdy Fucker for about 5.
Okay. Alright. Now, so we're going to move on to December the 7th. And second for me, because I have another photo to reference. And give me just 1 second, Your Honor, to tell you. On the same report, Earl Brooks 311-911 text. There is a report number up towards the top titled Threatening 311 Message number 72301.
I have a slew of reports up. Which was the report number?
72301. I also feel your pain.
Okay, which report is it on? Like,
it's on Earl Brooks 311-911 text.
what's the report number?
Yeah. That report number is going to be 76553.
Okay, and then it's
72301. At the top.
Okay.
Remain there, yeah. And we want, if you're ready for the image, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Image text documentation 3 out of 3. 3/3. And while she gets that up, Alice, are you aware of 311 messages and photos that were sent on December the 7th?
Yes.
And would this be that 311 message picture that Judge Kai just put on the monitors?
Yes.
Okay. And what did the 311 message contain?
The 311 message was mentioning how the two sirens may not be able to see their queen get out of jail.
Okay. And just for the ease of the court, can you read the read the image that was attached?
The image says, it's almost time, Lottie. Almost time until you see the shape that's been what? And you It's almost time, Lottie. Almost time. You see the shape that's been watching you breathe. Rest while you can. And it's a picture of Lottie Ash in the prison yard.
Okay. All right. And does anything in that message stick out to you?
It's covered in blood. Lottie Ash standing in the yard and saying, "It's almost time, Lottie."
Okay. Do you have any theories about what time it almost was for Lottie?
The day of time or another type of time?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that for me.
The time of day or something else?
Okay. All right. So, on. We're gonna go to. We're still remaining here on December the 7th, and aware of a scene on December the 7th at the Little Bighorn Train Yard.
What happened on December the 7th?
I'm sorry, you'll have to say that again for me.
What happened on December 7th is what you're asking?
Are you aware of a scene on December 7th at the Little Bighorn Train Yard?
Yes.
Do you recall how law enforcement was alerted to that scene?
There was a 311 sent that said Rip Louise 07.
Okay. Respond to this scene?
Respond, no.
Okay. Describe to us the overall scene.
After officers had gotten the text through 311 and searching, which a photo attached to the 311 had a picture of the train yard. There they would find Louise Hunter on the ground unconscious, severely injured, and Harvey Fucker chained to the train car.
Okay. Can you tell us what kind of condition they were found in?
Horrible.
Can you tell us exactly where in the train yard they were found?
I cannot.
Can you elaborate on horrible?
Louise Hunter was missing an arm, several lacerations, was bleeding. Harvey Fucker was chained to the rail car. He was bleeding, serious injury on his chest.
Okay. And at the time that they were found, how long had Louise been missing?
7 days.
And how long had Harm been missing?
6 days.
Okay. Alright. And did either of them eventually give statements in reference to this?
Yes.
Can you tell us what those statements were?
Harm mostly gave this statement as Louise Hunter had stated that her statement
Hold
was
on
about
a
this-
second. Since, he doesn't have a lawyer, I'm kind of going to say that would be best evidence if you could just direct us to the report, read those statements.
You want me to give you that now, Your Honor, or you want that in
Yeah.
closing? Okay. The report number for that is going to be 75391. 75391.
– 75391. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So what is that report connected to?
That report is connected to report number 7554, Earl Brooks statements.
So they have been noted. I will make sure that I have those with me in deliberation, and we can move on.
Moving forward, throughout the investigation, do you do anything that tied Earl to the kidnappings?
Did I have anything prior to that of pointing Earl to the kidnappings?
Throughout the investigation, did you find anything that tied Earl to the kidnappings?
It wouldn't have been until I had spoken to EMS Captain Cherry Bush about any EMS in late shift 3, early shift 1.
Okay. What did she inform you?
She had stated a few names, Earl Brooks being one of those, which prompted me to write a subpoena for EMS job records.
And what prompted you to talk to Cherry Bush?
Regarding Louise Hunter's and Harvey Fucker's statement, they kept mentioning medical needles, IVs.
Okay. Tell me what Cherry had informed you again. I'm sorry.
I had spoken to EMS Captain Cherry Bush about any shift 3, shift 1 EMS. And she had informed me of Earl Brooks being the main person around those times.
How did you further your investigation with that information?
I first wrote EMS job records subpoena.
Okay.
For several dates.
How did you continue your investigation from there with that subpoena written?
From there, Earl Brooks' clock in, clock out aligns with most of the incidents. Then I wrote a phone subpoena and bank subpoena of his personal phone number and bank.
The results of those?
Several rentals. Several rentals from the Harmony rental place near the Animal Art on Route 68.
Did his phone logs reveal anything?
He did not. It was mostly in his bank records.
Okay. And specifically in his bank records, vehicle rentals, is that correct?
Yes. Vehicle rentals and purchases from UTOL.
We're gonna continue on. I'm gonna wrap back around to that in just a second. So we're still on December the 7th here, and aware of 311 messages and photos that were sent on December the 7th into a bloody knife.
Yes.
And can you recall where that knife was found?
If I recall correctly, the knife and a bloody sponge was found in a trash can. I believe this was at Pump and Dump. Please correct me if I am wrong.
Okay. And what did the discovery of this evidence indicate to you?
They are trying to scatter the evidence and cover their tracks by distributing it throughout the city.
Alright, just a minute here, because referencing a report. Give me just one moment.
person up top with the mask on that is right in the middle next to the purple jacket remove their mask?
This shit sucked anyway. Golf gang.
All right. The 1 second while I catch up to where Prosecutor Pam Baker was. So, shifting, or I guess staying with December 7th. Detective Meyer, are you aware of a scene on December 7th under the Braddock Pass? And do you recall how law enforcement was alerted to that scene?
Another 311.
And based on your review of the reports throughout the course of the investigation, can you describe the overall scene?
The Ash was kidnapped, drugged, and chained up on these stray dogs, man, and chained up against the support beam of the railway bridge near Braddock Pass.
And what was the observed condition of Lottie Ash at that time?
She was heavily drugged.
And how did officers come to that conclusion?
I believe by EMS alerting officers to it.
Right. And this is where we're going to fast forward quite a bit, actually. Are you aware of a scene on January 10th on Mount Josiah?
Yes.
What is the state of that? What was that scene?
Scene was Lottie Ash being found tortured and drugged on a, I guess, hill or mountain overlooking the Great Ocean Highway Bridge in Jackson Taylor National Park.
And how did law enforcement find out about Lottie Ash being there?
I believe a injured person's call.
Was there any evidence found on that scene?
Blood, which came back to Lottie Ash, and a Bison 15 ACLD.
And did that bison come up again in your investigation?
Yes.
Where was that?
Bison would come in the day that the sirens were found. Earl Brooks had rented it for about 4 hours.
And how did you verify that that was the same bison?
On the Lottie Ash scene in Jackson Taylor National Park.
Yes.
The bison was on scene. Officers would sit on the bison for about an hour, then had it either repoed or impounded.
And once it was impounded, what did they discover?
Officers didn't discover anything. I looked further into investigations. Is that the Bison 15 is the truck that Earl Brooks would often rent.
And throughout the earlier you mentioned that you had spoken with Cherry Bush, is that correct? Did you and beyond that initial conversation, did you and Cherry speak at all about this investigation again?
Yes.
Can you give us the context under which you and Cherry spoke?
Cherry Bush had stated the date that ash was found in Jackson Taylor National Park. Earl was responding to a 52 request, which a 52 request is PD requesting medical. Mountains, which she believed was odd as there was very limited number of police on duty and did not recall hearing a 52 request. He came back about 30-40 minutes later saying his stomach was upset and immediately went off duty. Shortly after that, Lottie Ash was found.
And upon hearing this, did you do any further investigation on your end?
Yes, that's where the phone and bank subpoenas came into play and the EMS job records.
And throughout the course of this investigation, did you obtain access to the medical records of Lottie Ash, Louise, and Harmony Folklore?
Yes.
While working on this investigation, did you notice anything about those medical records?
Yes.
What was that?
Earl Brooks would continuously view Harmony Fucker and Louise Hunter's profile several times and take screenshots.
Did you ever figure out why those screenshots were taken?
No, but my theory is he wanted to have a screenshot as a trophy.
Did you ever find those screenshots anywhere else?
I do not know.
When in the investigation, Earl Brooks become your prime suspect?
The conversations with Cherry and the Bisons lining up as Earl Brooks had a overdue rental fine, I should say, about the bison the day Lottie was found in Jackson Taylor National Park.
And once Earl became your primary suspect, what further steps did you take?
Wrote out a warrant for his arrest and the intention to interrogate him.
And were you eventually able to interrogate Earl Brooks?
Yes.
How did Earl come into custody?
He was in the ICU after the attack on Earl at the O'Neill House in Grapeseed. Tried evading from law enforcement officers while clocked in as EMS. We got him to turn himself in.
And for clarity, you mentioned that he was evading from law enforcement officers while clocked into EMS. Can you explain the evading that occurred?
He snuck out the EMS. Excuse me, he snuck out of Pillbox Medical, made his way up to the salt flats, rented a boat, and began to flee from officers on the boat.
And what vehicle did he use to leave the hospital?
An ambulance.
Once Earl was brought into custody, what steps were taken?
It was read his rights, tried to get him a lawyer, and contact the DA's office to interrogate him.
Were you present for the interrogation?
Yes.
That's why. It's me, Scuba Steve. I'm allergic to water.
And in your mind, what was the purpose of the interrogation?
To get more information from Earl Brooks.
Were you able to obtain any additional information from Earl Brooks during that during the interrogation?
I did not, but his body language spoke louder than his words did.
God. Okay.
Can you describe that body language for us?
Would often act nervous, but there were times if someone had stated something that was happening to the sirens, he would have a
Don't
sinister
fight during
smile
the
on his
session.
face.
And after the interrogation was over, what happened next?
A search warrant was executed to his motel room at Irvine.
And were you present for the execution of that search warrant?
Yes.
What did you find at the hotel room?
As personal storage at the motel room, there was Tyron's wallet, Harm the Fucker's ID, Lottie Ash's ID, Lottie Ash's mobile phone, which ties into two other mobile phones found, a knife, and several medications.
And before we get into the items that you just described, can you describe the state of the hotel room that you walked into?
So that's a little iffy. Some people were seeing other things. Well, I didn't really see anything.
That's all right. Was there any evidence found, DNA evidence found within those items that you mentioned?
Yes, there was blood found on the knife.
And who did that blood come back to?
The blood comes back to Lottie Ash.
And when it comes to the phone, you mentioned that the phone was tied into two other phones. Can you explain how?
Well, you have Lottie Ash's personal phone, two burner phones.
And were you aware of those identifications and the phone being missing?
I was not made aware until I found the items.
And based on your experience and the evidence on scene, how do you believe those items came to be in Mr. Brooks' hotel room?
He more than likely took it as a trophy from the sirens.
Objection, would that be leading?
No, she asked a question and she answered the question. I mean, she wasn't telling her what to say.
Yes, Your Honor.
You might be looking for speculation.
Oh, yes, speculation.
I do have a rebuttal, Your Honor.
A rebuttal?
Alice Meyer is the lead detective on this case. As such, her conclusions and her theories go towards how this case is executed, the next steps that are taken. While her theories are just that, theories, they are important to take into consideration for this case. But they're not presented as the absolute fact.
Mm-hmm. So I will take the answers into consideration. I will also weigh them accordingly. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hear you?
Thank you, Your Honor. And you mentioned that there was medication found. Can you go into more detail on that?
The medication found, there were gummies and several syringes and bottles of pills. Some were addressed by Dr. Quimbly Hayabusa and Dr. Patrick January, and others were addressed from the Los Santos Pharmaceutical Company.
And in your experience, are medications like that easy to come by?
It varies.
Do you know the severity of the medications that were found, or the specific medications that were found?
There are about 27 syringes. Some were amphetamines, some were antiarrhythmic, and I don't recall the rest.
All right. And then, apologies. In the course of the investigation, did you end up finding a journal or diary?
Yes, I would find a diary on the burner phone that was found on Earl when we apprehended him for his warrant and on his personal phone.
And that diary is in evidence, but can you give us a kind of general overview for the court?
The diary was addressed to Emily, who is Earl Brooks' deceased sister, speaking about how the sirens are monsters. He was taking out locations, had an eye on another siren, even mentioned what he did to them, which would include force feeding Louise and Hunter Louise's arm he had cut off.
I'm going to ask you to direct me to this report.
This one will be in 1 second. So this one will be, there is report number 6550. That is our subpoena. And then from there, we have,
Hold on.
Yep, no worries, sorry.
So it's, okay, I see. 676550.
Yes, and from there, it is report number 76940. Actually, let me backtrack. I think I have that wrong. It is the one, that is the second documentation. This one is actually 76514 in that same parent report.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. And Detective Meyer, did the journal show you any or introduce you to anything new that you had not previously discovered throughout the course of your investigation?
It did show me something new, yes.
What was that?
How Earl Brooks was taking out locations, members he was looking at, his plans.
And when you say staking out locations, locations for what?
Can you repeat that, please?
You mentioned staking out locations. What were those locations? Were they for any particular purpose?
Places where law enforcement or citizens could not find them. Secluded from the public.
Were there any additional people mentioned in the journal that you were not previously aware of?
Yes, it was mentioning siren member Willow. I don't recall her last name.
And what was the context of that?
He was trying to ask her out on a date, kind of coerce her into what happened to Louise and Hunter harm.
All right. We won't go too far into that. Obviously, the journal is in evidence for the court to review. But throughout the course of this investigation, you've mentioned 311 calls, 911 calls being presented to officers. Was anything else sent or presented to officers throughout the course of the investigation?
Just mostly 311s and pictures.
And were those pictures always included in 311 and 911?
Not always.
Can you describe when they weren't?
Mostly long encrypted messages about the sirens.
And to clarify, did photographs of what was happening show up anywhere else besides 311 and 911 messages?
Some were shown up into text to the victims, kind of like reminders.
Understood. Give me 1 second to confer with counsel, Your Honor. Your Honor, the prosecution has no more questions for this witness.
Okay, thank you. And defense, do you have questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you get stood up to the wall.
Good afternoon, Miss Meyer. How are you doing today?
My throat is killing me.
I'll try to make this as brief as I can. So you were mentioning with regards to boot prints. Now, can you tell me what's your boot size or shoe size?
My shoe size is about a 9.
Are you the only person that has that shoe size?
No.
So you're saying that almost anyone, if you were to go walking through some sand and someone else who potentially could have your same shoe size could potentially have been the person that did that, correct?
Yes.
You did a lot of talking about burner phones. How often do you see burner phones in the state, and where do you find them?
I see burner phones all the time, and they can be found pretty much anywhere you look.
And as far as, say IVs and people that use needles, do you find needles around the state quite often?
I personally don't, but other officers may have a different experience than I do.
Are you aware of criminals using needles for various different reasons?
Yes.
So it could kind of be, so you could kind of say that, almost anyone in the state could really kind of get a hold of a lot of these different kinds of needles and such, correct? How often do you get reports of vehicles being stolen?
Not that often, believe it or not.
Have you ever had a PD vehicle get stolen?
Yes.
And that seems like it would usually be a lot harder for someone to steal a PD vehicle than a normal kind of civilian vehicle, would you say?
Yes, to steal a PD vehicle, you would need a special government key fob.
So if someone's vehicle is found on a crime scene, would that directly say that, yes, they are directly involved in that scene? Or could it potentially have been stolen by someone else doing nefarious things because they don't want to get caught?
More investigation would be had.
Why was Mr. Brooks in the ICU the day that he ran away?
Because siren members Harmony Fucker and Louise Hunter had shot him in the chest with a shotgun and removed his index finger at the O'Neill House in Grapeseed.
Now, do you think that would be a pretty terrifying situation for someone to go through?
Yes.
Do you think it would be a pretty good reason for someone to want to try to get away as fast as they could?
Yes.
Now, you said in the interrogation, Mr. Brooks acted very nervous. Before this, did Mr. Brooks did he get charged with any sort of crime of anything at all?
He did not, no.
So would you say that, potentially someone in that kind of state of mind would be pretty nervous, especially after, just getting out of the ICU, after being tortured and shot, and then, obviously going through a little bit of police chase trying to get away?
It's possible, yes.
How often do police find drugs inside of all the different dumpsters and such around the state? Or even on other criminals, whether it's prescriptions written from other doctors, or even just stuff that you see written up from the general pharmacist?
Not as often as you think. Again, it varies by officer experience.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Alice, you. Oh, first, prosecution, did you have any recross on those questions?
Very brief, Your Honor. Alice, are you aware of Earl Brooks reporting his vehicle as stolen?
There was no report made of the bison or vehicle being stolen.
And you mentioned during cross that in your experience, you don't actually see IVs and needles being used, correct?
Yes.
Can you remind the court what specific area of law enforcement you specialize in?
Mostly specialize in homicides, kidnappings, tortures.
Great, thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
I just have two quick things to that, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
In the report that Cherry Bush had given with regards to the morning that Lottie Ash was found the second time, in that statement, she had said that there was very few police officers on duty, correct?
Yes.
Now, how often is
Your
this?
Honor, I know Mr. Brooks does not have an attorney with him. I'm comfortable letting him continue this line of questioning, but it is out of scope for his original line of questioning. If you'd be open to the state asking a question or two after he's done, I'm happy to allow this to continue if you are.
And just for that, it's just going to something that the prosecution had asked previously, Your Honor. In her last line of questions.
Okay, well, first, what report are you talking about? Did I have it up?
It was Cherry Bush's statement.
Your Honor, that is going to be, if you go to report number, 1 second, number 76554, and then within there, there's report 75672, which is Cherry Bush statement.
And it's also going off of Detective Myers' statement as well.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'll just say the last part again. In that statement, and also what you kind of had also said as well, there was very few police officers on the day that Lottie Ash was found the second time, correct?
Yes.
Now, usually when there's very few police officers around, how often do police manage to be able to answer 311s and 911s?
With low numbers, I cannot tell you because I am primarily shift 2 where we have sufficient units.
Have you ever seen it where someone has been calling 311 or 911 and has not been able to get a hold of an officer?
Yes.
That's all, Your Honor.
Prosecution, do you have any questions in regards to those couple of questions there?
No, I think we can just go over it in evidence, Your Honor.
All right, Alice, you can step down. Thank you. Get to leave the microphone. Take a cough drop. Get that throat better. Prosecution, do you have any other witnesses to bring forward?
All right. The state will call Dr. Marcy Schilling to the stand.
Dr. Marcy Schilling.
this time you may choose your deity.
What? Did you say it? Did make sure I took a duty?
Choose your deity.
I don't fucking care.
All right. State your name for the record.
Dr. Mercy Schilling.
You solemnly swear that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Coco.
Okay.
Okay, prosecution. And your witness.
Dr. Schilling, can you please state your name and role for the record?
Dr. Mercy Schilling, I am a chief of medicine and chief of psychiatry at SAMA.
Perfect. And just for the court's overall awareness, all of the reports that we'll be talking about for this witness are contained under 76555, Earl Brooks medical reports and other reports, and we'll be sticking there and all the attached reports from here on out, or for this witness.
Okay.
All right. So, Dr. Schilling, were you directly involved in the examination of any of the victims in this case?
In the initial no, I handled a follow-up examination of Lottie Ash.
And with your position within SAMA, is it common for you to review medical reports?
I do look at medical reports every day.
Perfect. So starting with Harm de Fulker, and this will be report number 72304. Based on your expert testimony, can you explain the injuries that were dictated in that report?
Sure. So going through, I can tell you the ones that were definitive and the ones that were miscited by medical staff.
Perfect, thank you.
Of course. So there was cited to have a gash and dried blood with a twisted ankle. It stated rockfall, however, that cannot be definitive upon a medical professional because we did not see the person fall onto a rock. There was a full thickness dermal abrasion across the upper chest. It stated that the upper chest tattoos had 90% sandblasted away. We do not know the removal process. I will say that as a medical professional, if you had 90% of your tattoos sandblasted, unless you were on the adrenaline of a fucking thoroughbred, you would have passed out and likely died from that. That's quite a bit of skin removal. There was an infection to the upper chest, which, no fuck, am I right, with 90% being sandblasted off. Broken off horns, which, again, horns, you have two kind of implants. You have subdermal implants and you have dermal anchors. These particular ones have been cited as dermal anchors, and so the removal process would be just a little bit more intricate. So likely citation there would have been more as far as the unscrewing and some tearing and lacerations around the skin itself. There was bloody knees and shins. However, there's not a reputation there. You also had whip injuries. What I will say is medically this should be dismissed. What you're going to actually have cited here is that there were lacerations to the back of the legs. Knowing exactly how that happened, we don't know. We're not formal dominatrixes. And then you had cuts and scrapes all over. What's cited here as an IV needle mark should have just been a needle mark. We do not know the instrument of what would have been used on the left arm. Did have blood loss, even though it says not consistent with injuries. 90% of your skin being sandblasted off would have lent to blood loss that could have been attributed to that. So a heavy bruising on the torso and the arms, and the abrasions to the wrist.
Right. We appreciate the clarification, Dr. Schilling.
Absolutely.
Can you explain, do any of these injuries have the potential to, carry long sustaining side effects or damage to the victim?
So the one that's going to have the most long lasting that was cited is going to be the abrasion to 90% of the chest. That's a pretty severe removal of skin. Even if it's just the first layer of an epidermal, that is going to be enough to at least have someone pass out and have an extreme blood loss and trauma to them.
And throughout the course of this case, Detective Meyer mentioned that uh, Mr. DeFolker was missing for several days before being found again. Does that line up at all with the idea of malnourishment or dehydration?
No way to tell. Someone could have starved themselves. I can't attribute that to being withheld anywhere. What I can just say is that there was malnourishment. There's times I forget to eat for many a day on time, and I get a little bit dry in the skin.
Well, that's not good. Going into the injuries as well, would any of these be particularly painful if not under, proper sedation when they occurred?
Sandblasting would be quite painful. Um, the gash, I mean, that's again, that could have happened from any type of fall. The broken off horns, one thing that I will say that is miscited is neither dermal anchors nor subdermal anchors happen to the skull. They happen under the first layer of the epidermal region and they get sited into muscle. So there would not have been any infliction upon the skull. However, to the skin, that would have been quite painful.
And would the muscle have been affected at all with those types of
It,
implants?
it's rare because your screwed in portion where that anchoring would have been removed would have been more in the epidermal region. Your planting would have been in the muscular region, and I mean in the first layer of muscle, not going any further because that's when you are piercing to skull and dura. You're not going to actually put any infringement upon a dura layer, which is the protective layer before the brain.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Shifting over to Louise Hunter and her medical report, could you explain to the court the injuries that were documented for that?
Of course. So let's go again. So the severe tissue loss for the large portion of the upper arm. So you had an amputation that then had to be kind of cleaned up. So you have cauterization, you have preparation for prosthesis at that point. Again, you have the dermal implant, which again, to site, that goes through skin and base layer of muscle. It does not go any deeper than that. As far as the external injuries, again, another thing to cite is the lacerations across the back cannot be attributed to a whip. We do not know what that was attributed to. Same with the rope abrasions. There was just abrasions to the chest and the ankle. As far as the marks on knees and shins, we would likely cite that as just that there was impact to the epidermal region, as well as the extensive bruising. The superficial and deep cuts with partial scabbing, that means that there was at least some sort of healing over process. The low blood volume, again, we can't really contribute that whether it's to the injuries themselves or not. We don't exactly know what injuries were sustained, especially with that scabbing. If you have deep cuts, you have to worry about, is there arterial damage? Is there a hematoma sac? Is there an organ that got lacerated that could have caused that kind of trauma? One thing to also mark is the IV needle mark would only be able to be attributed as a needle mark, not an IV in specificity, as well as the DNA testing as far as knowing whether or not in the throat what was extracted. There's not really anything cited as to why throat tissue would have been tested at that time.
Great. And when it comes to the tissue loss on the arm, can you explain what circumstances lead to surgical amputations?
Sure. So you have a couple of reasonings behind this, right? So if you have an arm that is partially removed, you're looking at, can I replant the arm? Just meaning, can I pop that thing right back on there, sew it, and have enough nerve grafting to where there can actually be some sensation and feeling? Or am I just going to have to actually amputate it? Now, if an arm is fully amputated, you still have to go in and clean the site. It's not just all right, I get to fold the skin back over. There's a couple of preparations that have to be made, whether that's that now you're working with a nub, you're cauterizing, you're getting the blood vessels sewed up, you're making sure that any nerve damage is fixed at that point. And then if you're getting ready for prosthesis, do I have to prep a bone for future attachment later on down the road, which most of our patients actually do like to have that option later on.
Perfect. And shifting over to Lottie Ash, the report 75575.
Mm-hmm.
Can you walk us through those injuries?
Of course. So with this one, you have a couple of carvings. So you have a word monster as well as what seemingly would be half circle things that was interpreted as scales. As far as the injection marks that led to frothing at the mouth, that would conclude us to have to do a very sterilization of the mouth at that time to where we don't have future infection, because one thing that gets cited here is a broken jaw. And so whenever you have a broken jaw, we typically will go in through the gum line. So we want to make sure there's no residue left over that can lead to infection. The reason we do the gum line is to try to stop exterior scarring to where it's a little less impactful and PTSD inducing to the patient themselves. You had a crushed hand and a severe loss of blood, also bleeding to the head. As far as things that probably need to be cited here is just simply you have the broken jaw, you have the stitching that would have to have been done. A lot of the patient kind of being unable to utilize their mouth, whether that be for chewing, for speaking for a period of time. Wearing of jaw is a little bit of an extensive type of thing, as well as even like with hand fracturing, you have to worry about the alignment of the carpals and understanding that that's not necessarily something you could have rheumatoid arthritis set in. You could have those fingers not necessarily have the sensation garner back, so that would have to be later physiotherapy as well.
Can I get a food and drink, please? Just one.
And
Sure.
so that there are long-term extensive
Could be
recovery
long-term.
steps. Could be.
Hang on a sec.
Can you just
Are
put it in
you
my
aware
buckets?
of any follow-up that Lottie Ash has had to do in order to pursue treatment?
I am not.
All right. And then in the report, just for the court's record, it mentions signs of BFT. Can you explain what that means for the court?
So that'd be blunt force trauma. So I would say 9 times out of 10, when you see a head injury, you're going to see that probably attributed to BFT. Now, BFT can range anything from I hit my head on the back of this chair, to it could be a rock, to it could be an actual instrument of its own choosing. BFT just lets you know that there was actually force placed to it, but that could be very inconclusive as to what that was.
Understood. 1 second to confer your. All right. No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. And defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll make this nice and quick.
Okay.
Afternoon, Dr. Schilling. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Exhausted. First, I just want to say, my God, the confidence you have rattling stuff off. I don't think I could talk that fast about my favorite topic. That was...
I'm Southern.
And also, I also just want to say, you probably have one of the most entertaining Twinsta posts I think I've ever seen out of anyone else in this state. You are very, very entertaining.
Because of sex toys.
No, just, anyways, I guess the only question I have for you is, with, how long have you, sorry, 2 questions. How long have you been working for SAMA for?
For SAMA exclusively, 2 years.
Okay, and how long have you been doing the whole doctor profession?
I've been doing medical profession and forensic examination for 7 years.
Nice. So my only real question for you is, how often do you see, criminals in possessions of needles of any sort?
Plenty.
Thank you. That's all, Your Honor.
Prosecution, do you have any recross on those few questions?
We do not, Your Honor.
Okay, Mercy, you can sit down. Please remember to leave the microphone. Thank you. And prosecution. Next witness.
Your Honor, the state calls Agent Senna Adams.
Okay, come on up.
Can I have you state your name for the record?
Senator Adams.
Do you solemnly swear that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Coco?
Yes,
Do you have a thing for Coco?
he might.
No.
I mean, I like hot
Okay.
cocoa.
Just the only one that I can memorize, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. All right, prosecution, your witness.
Just because funny, but Your Honor, I think you might need to talk with him about that afterwards. That's a little concerning. All right. Can you state your name and occupation for the record, please?
Agent Senator Adams with the FIB.
And how long have you been employed with the FIB?
I've been employed with the FIB for over a year.
Okay. And overall, what was your role in this investigation?
I was the investigative side for the FIB.
All right. We're going to go back a little bit in time here. So I was mentioning dates earlier with Detective Meyer. So just one scene here. It's going to be from December the 1st. And were you involved on the scene of December 1st involving Harm D. Fokker?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us how law enforcement was alerted to that scene, please?
Ranger Shane Taylor had been contacted by Lottie Ash.
Okay. And when you say contacted, what do you mean exactly?
It was a phone call.
Okay. And do you know what she told him?
She told him that Harm had said he was going to a location that he received from Luis's phone.
Okay. Did you respond to that scene?
I did.
Okay. Can you describe where that scene was?
It was in a barn just south of the Braddock Pass.
Okay. And what did you find when you arrived?
When I arrived on scene, there was a bluish green Segoy parked inside the barn.
Do you know who the vehicle belonged to?
The vehicle was registered to Harm de Fokker.
Okay. And was there any evidence collected from that scene?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us what that evidence was, please?
It's 2 mobile phones, and there was blood found on the driver's side.
Okay. Were you able to determine who the 2 phones returned to? Who owned them, sorry?
Yes.
And who was that?
One phone belonged to Luis Hunter. The other phone belonged to Harm de Fokker.
Okay. And you previously mentioned that there was blood found on the vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Where exactly was that blood found?
It was on the driver's side.
Okay. And whose blood was it?
The blood belonged to Harm.
And how did you determine that was Harm's blood?
It was determined via the crime lab.
Okay. And was there any signs of a struggle on this scene?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that for us, please?
The vehicle had indentation marks and some claw marks.
Okay. Well, in your professional opinion, it looked like someone had been forcibly removed from the vehicle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And while you were there, did anything happen while you were on the scene?
So the sirens had come down, and a search of the area had begun when a door was found unlocked on one of the buildings.
So you said members of the sirens arrived, is that right?
Correct.
Do you know how they got the information to arrive here?
Prior to Harm arriving at the location, he had been speaking to them via their group message.
Okay. And what do you believe, based on your findings, brought Harm John B. Falker to this location?
I believe that he thought he would be able to get Luis back.
Okay. And just to establish, I know we skipped, we went back in time. Luis had already been kidnapped at this point, is that right?
That is correct.
And so how did Harm know this location?
He was contacted from her phone.
Okay. And that was the phone that was found on scene once he got there, right?
Correct.
Okay. And what kind of contact from Luis's phone was made?
It was a ping.
Okay. And since Luis had been kidnapped, it was not Luis who had pinged him, is that right?
I would believe.
Hold on.
Alright.
That question was a little confusing. You're saying, was it not? Could you just clarify that question for me?
Sure. Okay, so Luis Hunter's phone was found on scene, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. And Harm was brought to this location via a phone ping from Luis's phone, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, but Luis had already been kidnapped at this point, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm going to slow you down here. Okay. Okay, Mr. Brooks doesn't have a lawyer, so I'm going to slow you down because you're really leaning heavily into areas that a lawyer would be objecting to.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
I'll move forward with my question, Your Honor. I'm planning on switching to a different topic off the scene anyways, if that's okay.
Okay, there are other ways to get to these questions as well, so.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so moving forward off this scene, we're gonna jump up to the interrogation, okay, of Earl Brooks. Were you present for that interrogation?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And during this interrogation, what was Earl Brooks's reactions to the questions being asked?
He was nervous, shuffled around in his spot, turning several times. When images were brought up on screen, he would freeze, staring at them for a moment before answering.
Okay. Just a moment, Your Honor.
Charlie 33 is going to be 10-7 for 2 minutes.
Copy that.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. State has no further questions for this witness.
Okay, defense?
Yes, Your Honor, just a couple. Sorry, how do I address you? I'm not sure how to address FIB people.
You can just call me Agent Adams.
How you doing, Agent Adams? How's your weekend going so far?
It's going good.
Oh, that's good to hear. Near the start of your statement, I can't recall. Can you refresh my mind? Did you say a Shane Taylor contacted Lottie Ash, or was it the other way around?
It was Lottie Ash had contacted him.
Oh. How familiar are you with gangs in the state?
A decent amount.
Is it pretty common for gangs to cooperate with, say, law enforcement?
It happens all the time.
Oh, so that whole snitches get stitches doesn't really happen. Gangs like to go and talk to police all the time.
I mean, I am not a criminal, so I don't know about stitches. Snitches get stitches.
No, that's all I have, Your Honor.
Any recross on those questions?
Very small one, Your Honor. In your experience, do victims typically cooperate with law enforcement?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. You may step down. Thank you, Senna. Please leave the microphone.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, in prosecution, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, the prosecution doesn't have any further witnesses. We will cover evidence in closing.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to have a 5-minute recess. I'm going to need to order food as well. So if you all, we're going to do 5 minutes here at a, well, maybe a little longer. 5 minutes after 5 minutes after we'll reconvene, okay?
All right. Let me get you back down there.
Understood.
Back 10
All right. Go. The door in front of you. To the left. I'm getting Earl back to his cell for this recess. All right. You need food at all, Earl?
No, I'm good, thank you. I'm probably just gonna use the washroom and.
All good. And we'll be right back. I gotta go kick someone out real quick.
How do you think it's going there, Anna?
Were you asking how it's going?
Yeah, how do you think it's going?
Oh, hard to say.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, just trying to throw shit against a wall and see what sticks.
I mean, I think you're making some good points, at least.
Well, I mean, they have the journal. Have you looked at the journal?
I can't remember if I looked at the journal, actually. Maybe not. I may have just looked at some of the, the messages and photos. It was a while since I looked at the details of the case, actually.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel super fucking nervous with them all standing pretty much right above me. But seems like all weapons and stuff are taken away from people before they come in, so that's a good thing, I guess.
The metal detector should take care of the weapons issue. It's a bit frustrating. People keep coming in and out wearing masks all the time as well. And I feel like some people are just trying to insert themselves into this case when they're not even involved.
Yeah, everyone likes to be like, me, me, me. It's like, wait, what? The attention isn't on me? Okay, let's go and put it on me. That's okay though, because if the tension's on other people, it won't be on me as much.
Was your lawyer able to give you any tips about how you should approach the case, or
No.
did he not really have time?
No, he didn't really have time.
In the cells still? Do you need anything? Like, you good for food for now?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I ate the food that you gave me.
Yeah, he's good for food. Then for heading back out now. Okay, just put you in cuffs again.
Mm-hmm.
I just got asked if this is a real mustache. I don't know how to feel.
Maybe it's just so good that it seems fake to others, or they're just jealous.
Maybe. Almost through, hopefully.
How long will you be? Will you?
All right.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and reconvene the trial. State v. Earl Brooks.
Chains to desk.
She's forgiven
Chained.
me. She's forgiven me. Yeah. Louise.
I'm hearing somebody whisper. Yeah. Okay. Earl, you may call your first witness.
Just run over there, you fucking lazy fuck.
Hello, I'm hearing somebody loudly.
Newly identified Chloe Parker, please whisper.
Okay, Earl.
I'm sorry. The defense would like to call Dr. Bambi Garrison, please.
Okay.
State your name for the record.
Bambi Garrison.
Do you solemnly swear that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Cascadian?
Yes.
Oh, he learned a new one.
Oh, he did. No cups, please.
Am I okay to start, Your Honor?
Yes, you may go ahead and ask your questions.
How you doing today, Dr. Bambi?
A little nervous, but I'm doing okay.
You and me both. How long have you known Mr. Brooks for?
Since December 31st.
Okay, and in what and how have you known him?
I have been doing therapy for him.
Okay, approximately how many sessions have you had with Mr. Brooks?
3 now.
And in those sessions, what has his, I guess, demeanor been? How has he kind of acted?
It's been different on all 3. The first one, I would say he was very calm, collected, more processing trauma. The next 2, your demeanor kind of changed, and you were either putting forward a face or trying to put a different image forward.
Okay, what was the reason for Mr. Brooks first reaching out to you?
For trauma related to his sister's death.
And how was he? In your professional opinion, like how was he reacting to all that?
As someone who would be depicted as someone in mourning.
Now, as the sessions went on, especially like I guess maybe let's skip through to the last one. How would you say he's been? What were some of the biggest concerns that maybe he has had that he's brought to your attention?
The key things is you were facing your own mortality as the prosecution is looking for a death sentence, and you're also fearing for your life as there have been death threats against you.
Are you scared of Mr. Brooks?
I do not believe that I am in his MO.
Your Honor, can I get a quick second to interfere here?
What is it?
Hey, people up in that gallery, if one of you throw a cup, you're all going out. Not walking my ass back up there 7 times. It's over. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
With a lot of the discussions about this case, what would you say his mental state would be?
We've had 2 different therapy sessions since you've been incarcerated in which you talked about the case. The first one is you talked. You were kind of putting forward a face of trauma, and the second one session you were pointing me towards evidence to look at.
If Mr. Brooks were to be released from prison, say today, what do you think he would do?
Restart your life. You would go someplace else and start over.
Do you think he would attack anyone? Try to cause harm?
I have reason to believe that you would not.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Very brief, Your Honor.
Excuse me.
Dr. Garrison, you mentioned in your testimony that you believed he was putting forth an image. Can you expand on that?
So, Earl knew that I knew vague amounts of what he was going through, and I have reason to believe that even during the first session that he was trying to get an image of himself to depict him in one sort of fashion, such as the first one, he had already done the attacks on the individuals, but yet he gave no indication of what he was doing in his first session. However, in the second one, he kind of lifted that face and put on a different mask to put forward a different image of how he's, as he said in his opening, not a monster.
And you also mentioned not within his MO. What do you mean by that?
based on information in his first therapy session, he kind of hinted that the people he was going to be going after were females in gangs. I now know that's not 100% correct, but that was kind of the MO that he kind of gave me.
And you mentioned that during your sessions, Mr. Brooks requested that he pointed you towards evidence. What evidence did he point you towards?
He wanted me in particular to read the journal.
And did you oblige that request?
No, I stopped when I noticed that I was the doctor who performed the recovery surgery on one of his first 2 victims.
All right. The state has no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Any recross of those few questions, Mr. Brooks?
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, you may step down. Please remember to put the microphone away. And defense, do you have any other witnesses you're wanting to call today?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, so Alan Javons was not somebody that you needed to have here?
No, that was more for the sentencing portion, Your Honor, as a character witness.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to give you all 5, until 30 minutes after the hour. That's 15 minutes to come together with your closings and your evidence that you want to highlight. Mr. Brooks, you'll have the MDW there that you can look through as well. So he can stay there while they're working on their closings, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're good.
That's a fabulous hat.
Can you change the picture on the board, please?
Hannah Baker, get rid of the fucking photo. Which one of you do it? Just fucking do it. Thank you.
Don't know that we have the ability to do that.
Get the judge back in here. No problem, we get it off that.
Figure it out.
I'm going to call Shark.
Is that considered evidence? I don't think we should be touching that, but you know.
Alright, no requests for other. Hey, I'm just gonna get off the phone. Is there a request for an alternate photo, or
Just
we just
anything.
want to
Just
take this one
please,
off?
just please get that one off.
Face, please. I can send
Yeah,
you
I
a really
got
cool
you.
photo if you want.
Oh God.
Uh,
It's an RPG.
let me take this one away.
Fucking come on, you idiot.
There you go. Better.
Thank you.
So much better.
Thank you.
Anytime,
Your Honor.
anytime.
I would still like to request a puppy. Feel good.
Yeah, I approve of
I'm gonna text you a photo. Can you put it up there?
Come on, Rowan, put a puppy.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Text it to me. We'll see what it is. Is it puppy related though? Because Q wants a puppy. It's got to be puppy.
It depends on how you look at it. It might be a puppy.
You squint
I'll text
really
you.
hard.
My
it
kind of
might
puppy
be a
for sure.
puppy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
Fish
Fish
does
in his little
count.
shark
He's just a little.
costume?
He's just a little.
Fish
little.
does have a shark costume. It makes him very cute somehow.
I mean, is Fish even a dog? I thought that was a demon.
Huh.
His little shark costume is adorable.
What the hell is it?
There, I just sent it.
That's not a puppy.
I want to be known. That's
My
Photoshop.
kind of puppy.
That's not a real
I want
photo.
that.
All right, Lottie, what you get? Okay, there. Yeah, okay. All right.
Good
This one's
one,
good.
right? I got you, Q.
Oh,
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
cute. Look at the little guy.
Adorable.
He does look pretty good in a shark costume, honestly. All right.
I hate this.
sandwiches? 4 more. Whoa. So what are you talking about, Roger? Oh, he put my fault, G. Love you though, apple crumb. That's what I'm saying. It depends on sandwich, right?
I'm taking it. I'm fucking devouring it. Oh, yeah, that's too long. Yeah, that's too long.
Hey, do you need more food and drink, by the way?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Sorry, he's still good?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, he's fine still. Yeah, I've still got a couple meals on me if anyone needs any.
Okay, I'm going to call the court into session. Okay, and prosecution, are you ready with your closing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
As ready as I guess I could be, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I will have prosecution come up, present any evidence that they want to highlight, as well as their closing, or if they're going to include it in their closing, to let me know.
Your Honor, we will highlight evidence in our closing, but as you likely already can tell, there is a substantial amount of it in this case. While we won't dictate every single report that should be looked at, we do ask that you take the time to review everything included. It is an extensive case that the state has worked tirelessly to produce. With that said, I will be highlighting some specific things to pay special note to throughout the closing. to point to you. So, today you heard the long timeline of events from Detective Alice Meyer, with the corroborating timeline being detailed in the primary report of this incident. But for the sake of and ease of the court, let's go charge by charge. The state is charging Earl Brooks with mayhem major. Now, Mr. Brooks began his first true endeavor into his own sixth sense of vigilante justice on November 30th, when Louise Hunter was kidnapped. Shortly after, Harm DeFolker was also taken. Louise was not found for 7 days after her kidnapping. Harm was not found for approximately 6 days after his kidnapping. During this time, the two were tortured and moved to multiple locations, as seen from photos of the victims sent to Lottie Ash, 911 and 311, versus their eventual discovery location, as well as blood evidence found in multiple locations. The torture that they endured can be found in the medical reports and was helpfully clarified by Dr. Mercy Schilling when she took the stand today. Now, we will not redetail those injuries for the court here, but we do ask that you pay special attention to both Dr. Mercy's clarification on the reports as well as the reports themselves. Now, throughout their kidnapping, Lottie Ash was harassed from burner phones with pictures of them, as well as notes containing photos of her in prison with her photo scribbled out with the word monster written over it. Monster. A bold accusation to levy against a person who you are currently tormenting with the torture of their loved ones. After being released from prison, Lottie would also become a victim of Mr. Brooks, being attacked and drugged twice, once in December and once in January. She was thankfully discovered much sooner than Louise and Harm, but her injuries were also severe. And here again, we see the word monster, a clear indication to Mr. Brooks' intentions and motives to harm those who specifically he, deemed as monsters. Now into stalking. Throughout the 311-911 message, you will notice a pattern. Photos of Lottie put on document. One of these photos was taken of her in the prison yard while she was serving her sentence for murder. In the journal, he will detail sitting and recording conversations in a bush. But let's remember, stalking is not just following a person. It is also harassment. Mr. Brooks harassed his victims through burner phones. For Lottie, it happened primarily before she was directly harmed. But for Louise and Harm, it would happen after they were returned. Government corruption. During the course of this harrowing ordeal, Mr. Brooks obtained employment as EMS. You will see in evidence that photographs of one of the torture scenes showed up at the Sandy Sheriff's location, an area that Cherry Bush indicated in her deposition that EMS have access to. Additionally, you will see in the medical reports that Mr. Brooks looked over these reports over and over again, also screenshotting them. Harm also mentioned in their statement that the person that took him seemed to have intimate knowledge of his medical history. Now, throughout the defense's case, backing up slightly, this is not access that other individuals will have. In Mr. Brooks's journal, he will also indicate how he obtained the medical equipment, the drugs that he used throughout the course of his torture of his victims, how he was looking for them, finding them in various wastes and other areas. And this is where the state will ask the court to very much consider the current charge of government corruption. Government corruption, as it stands, alludes to using your access and your station as a government employee to assist others. Now, the state would argue that in this instance, Mr. Brooks assisted himself in committing mayhem major. He used restricted access that he alone had to gain information on his victims And we will also note information on potential future victims. Detective Meyer talked about a Willow. You'll see in the journal that Willow is mentioned as somebody that Mr. Brooks took an interest in and thought maybe he could save. Willow's somebody that he found through emergency contacts and information that other people would not have access to. Very few people in the state actually have access to emergency contacts. He used this to aid himself in targeting future victims, to aid himself in understanding the injuries of those that he would attack, in understanding and invading the privacy of those individuals. This is not something that we take lightly. Government employees are supposed to be held in a very high standard in this state. They are given access that should be taken seriously. And although Mr. Brooks did not help someone else commit offenses, he himself used his privileged access to benefit his own sick and twisted sense of justice. Now, throughout the defense's case, Earl Brooks attempted to put doubt in your mind. Anyone can have needles. Cars can be stolen. In a vacuum, these are plausible. But we live in reality, not a vacuum. Phone subpoenas show that no attempts were made to report a vehicle stolen. The timeline of that vehicle being rented compared to job records of Earl's getting off and on duty that day, paired with Cherry's deposition and statements made. When it comes to needles, Mr. Brooks, in his own journal, which was on a phone on his
Adeline, you kind of sorry.
Not
I
hearing you.
apologize. I do not know when I got a frog in my throat.
Okay, Needles. Brooks in his own
Needles.
journal.
Alrighty. I appreciate that, Your Honor. So when it comes to needles, Mr. Brooks in his own journal, which was in a phone found on his person, admitted to how he obtained those drugs. Again, anyone can have needles, to the defense's point, but obtaining them in that manner is access that very few people have. Now, again, the defense would like to paint all of this as circumstantial. But what we see here is a pattern. A pattern of a person who has decided on their own to label individuals as monsters. Cherry Bush, in their deposition, mentioned that this was a phrase that Earl Brooks used with her in conversations that they had. Carvings of monsters was made on Lottie Ash. The word comes up consistently. Now, the defense would like you to believe that this is a coincidence, but it's not. Earl Brooks believed that he was doing the right thing, that he, in his own words, was doing something greater good by eliminating or potentially attempting to reform individuals that he deemed as monsters. It is not for Earl Brooks to decide. It is not any individual to decide or take upon themselves vigilante justice, to torture and harm individuals that do not align with your viewpoints or the way that you see things. We have law and we have order for a reason. The state, at the end of the day, asked the court to review all of the evidence submitted and the testimony submitted today to find guilty of all of his charges and to show him and everyone else that vigilante justice is not to be accepted, praised, rewarded. Victims are victims, and those who perpetrate actions against others should be punished by the state not by individuals. Thank you.
Mr. Brooks?
I am definitely not a lawyer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of regretting not bringing my DVD collection of Law and Order, the original, not all that extra garbage that came out in the 2000s, with me. Cause my God, yeah. Honestly, for a closing statement, prosecution kind of said a lot of things I was gonna bring up. Needles, as Dr. Mercy had said, everyone gets needles. Criminals, everyone. They all have them anywhere. People get their vehicles stolen all the time, and those vehicles are usually used in crimes to get the attention away from other people. Burner phones, everyone gets burner phones. They're everywhere, and they have a whole bunch of stuff on them all the time. Pretty much just again trying to toss information out there, trying to take the attention off of one thing and putting it somewhere else. I am not an evil man. I am a very nice, caring, gentle soul that does not wish to see harm come to anyone. I am here to try to save lives, not destroy them. And honestly, that is all I have, Your Honor. There's not much else I can really say to that.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dismiss the courtroom. I have a lot of things to go through, to look through. I have a lot of testimony to go through. I'm not going to make everybody sit here and wait all night for me to come up and deliberate and come up with a decision. I will be calling, I will be letting people know via the docket when we will be coming together with the my deliberation, with how I rule, and then however it is that I rule will then move forward with any potential sentencing hearing that may have to occur if he is found guilty. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss everybody, let everybody go. We're going to call this at this time. And again, like I said, I will go ahead and place on the docket when we're going to go ahead
Just
and
hang
meet
on,
up
bud.
for
Almost
my
out here.
results of deliberation, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's get him out. Go.
I'll start getting the cars and
Let
everything.
me get you in cuffs.
Fuck you, Earl, dumb bitch.
TikTok.
Let's go. Move it. Alright, Earl is safe for now. We're gonna get him in the cell real quick. I'll share this report with you as well, Strongrock. We have 2 transports. We have 2 identical Grangers. He's gonna be in one of them. This report has both of the routes inside of them. Alright. Get you in there real quick, and then I'll go get the cars ready. Now the hard part. Yeah, affirm. So,
So how do you guys think that went?
Yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see what the judge makes of it.
I really wish I would have brought my Law and Order DVD box set. It would have made this a little bit easier. I'd at least know what to do. Maybe I should have tried to cry or something.
I don't think that would have helped in this case.
Then you hear the way that they talked as I was leaving too. TikTok, another threat.
God, the logistics of this. Holy shit.
It's a pain in the ass, but it's a necessary pain in the ass.
Yep. Yep.
So, I'm in one of the FIB Monarchs that has lights and sirens. I can go with either transport wherever you want me if needed.
So right now we are just trying to make sure that it's a 2 vehicles per transport. So it would be one FIB and one FIB and or one cop, and then the Granger. So Alice is with me already in the Buffalo, so that means you could go with Anna, and then we have Strong Rock above Anna as well in the helicopter. So if anyone is trying to attack either transport, they're going to go for the fake. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get as many units on that fake one, and then Alice and myself will just slip out. The back one is the fake one. It's gonna take a right onto Harwick. Patrol will be put in the first one that is closest to the road. Actual big brain idea. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's fine. True. No. The only ones on the real ones are myself, Freeman, and then Meyer and the Buffalo. So we'll just send it up North Rockford towards Route 68. By the time we get to the prison, you guys should have already been there for like 4 minutes. So normally speaking, this plan can't fail, but you know, we'll see. Copy that. We'll start heading out. All right. Let's get you in cuffs, buddy.
Yeah.
Out we go.
Onwards and
guys, do you have
upwards.
any questions before we head out there?
No,
I'm
I'll just
good.
tail
Like,
up,
go
I'll
into the
just tail
prison
up
when
the
we
other
get
one.
there.
Yeah, so Anna, you're in the first Granger we're gonna meet. So in the back one. Ooh. Copy. You're gonna be trailed by literally everyone. You're going up straight Sonora. If you are there and there's no vehicles waiting, you're good to go inside. That's where it ends. So, the main thing for this is just this way. If they are waiting inside the prison, and if you arrive, they're not gonna hit the actual transport.
Yeah.
We're taking a left onto Dorset, and then Dorset west all the way to North Rockford, and up North Rockford towards Route 68.
That's in the fake one.
Oh, you're asking the fake one? Oh, okay. It's going right. Yep. It's taking a right onto Hawick, and then straight to LS Freeway. All right, we're coming up now. All right, how we go? Too much coordinating for my brain, bro.
Seems like a lot of
Yeah,
work.
what's up? How are we? What, sorry? Uh, 3 hours? Were we in there for 3 hours? I think it was 3.
Yeah, it'd be about 3 hours, I think. Yeah.
We were in court for 1.5.
All right, Freeman, let's go.
I'm loading up.
And the real
Almost
transport is gonna
forgot
take a
my
left
hat.
here. We're gonna go. All right, guys, Godspeed. If you forget the route, just look at the report or ask. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna be looking behind us.
Yup. Also, Anna, don't be afraid to dominate the radio. Okay, if you want to set a speed for your transport, you know, go ahead. Be my guest.
There was a styron car headed westbound Boulevard Del Perro. They had quite a bit
Alice,
of
let's
distance on
turn
us.
your lights off. We'll just we'll go completely ghost. Yeah, they're good. We're just gonna send it up north here without lights. Yeah, fuck it. The fake ones have to get there before us anyway, so.
Ah, fucking locals.
That motherfucker needs to learn how to drive.
Fucking hell, man. We're going northbound North Rockford right now. We just passed Banham Canyon. We're passing the turnoff to Serial Healers now.
Oh, they get that way before us.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the point, right? I want them to get there way sooner so that any threat that might be happening there is already neutralized before we even get there.
That's a trial.
Now, I feel kind of bad for putting Anna in that situation, but at the same time, she has like a billion skip tracers plus FIB and a helicopter, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, they got the numbers.
No, just go straight. We'll make it as long as possible so that we can buy those guys as much time as we can. We're going westbound Zancudo Road, approaching Route 68 now. We're merging eastbound Route 68. We're passing the Zancudo approach road now. Strong Rock, if you want, just break off of that transport and scan out the prison with the heli real quick. If there's no one in the parking, we're good to go. Make sure to check the trenches as well, because they might have jumped in from the south hill.
We're still clear behind.
I love having a helicopter. We need it. We need a heli. I'm buying a heli.
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
If it's inside of prison, towards the southern wall, I believe it is, then yes.
No, the northern is out.
Oh. Yeah, those are seal vehicles.
That would be a smart decoy, though.
Would be.
If they were to hide without it.
Copy that. Alright, Fake, you're good to go in. We're approaching Limitless now. Passing pit stop. It's stopping at Limitless. Take the dirt road here to the right. God bless. Alright, we are on the outer perimeter, approaching the gate now. Oh, my bad. Copy that. Alright, package delivered, work code 4. Good shit, guys. Goddamn.
Well, we did it.
It's up to you. I'm gonna get him well, I'm gonna get him transported into cell block 5. That's gonna be his new home until we know further details. So it's up to you. If you still need to talk to him, then you're welcome to. Otherwise, you're good to go. Copy that. You're good to break off then. Appreciate the efforts, guys. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I'm coming the other way.
All right, buddy. Let me put this in the car real quick.
Right, do you want me to stay out here with the lethal?
No, you can come
I'm
with
in
us.
with you.
Just put it in the trunk, and then
Right.
we'll put them away later. I'm just gonna double check your pockets real quick.
Yeah, would I be able to get the phone back?
Yeah. Are you hungry at all?
I could probably just use a quick bite from Ernesto.
Okay. That's gonna be the big thing now. If you're in 5, it's chained up. So if you're, there is a vending machine inside. I'll show it to you in a second. But copy that. Should you want actual food, just ring one of us up and we'll come and get you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Take your cuffs off real quick. Take those off in general. There you go. Take a quick bite.
You know what? I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he wants to feed me. So
Oh
I'm
wait, I
fine.
know why. Hold on.
Oh.
Send it.
Send.
I still. Hold on. Try now.
Oh, there we go.
That's up to you if you want to do that. I'm head of the bed. Is anyone able to do that?
Sorry, what is it? And Eva.
He just needs a tour. That's it.
Hey, I
Copy
can do
that.
a tour.
I just go and get changed real quick.
Huge. All right. That's all you need, right? A tour of the thing? Zimmerman needs a solo for LSPD. Guys, I would do a whole ass debrief, but honestly, this went fucking chef's kiss, so I'm not going to. I just want to say good shit. That was incredible coordination. All right. You lived. Now we just have to do this again.
I mean, I guess we'll see. Hopefully, yeah. But and then what? It's going to be this, and then sentencing afterwards. Do you think they'll do sentencing the same day, or?
I fucking hope so. I might even push for sentencing to be done here, to be honest. We'll see. I think it's stupid that even though the judge knows how high risk this is, we're still going down there. It's fucking dumb. Alright. So obviously this is not great. This is the mental ward. We have gardening plots over there. We can get you some seeds and a trowel if you want. But inside, this is completely empty. We have the Walton sisters in here.
Okay.
They're cannibals, but fear not, they have not awoken from their slumber in quite a while.
Okay.
Same layout as 6 and 7. Copy that. Appreciate your service. Same layout as 6 and 7. There's a shower over there. I believe you can change in there. Unsure. There is the library and stuff right there. The little addition that we put in here because of, it being locked from Ernesto is the vending machine. I'm still trying to get Ernesto's cousin in here. This is where people get their food in here because when we're not, well, this is kind of like, this is kind of like if we're not around to help you get food, then this is like, a way to survive.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
What's your? Do you have money for this, or do
Yes,
you want
yes, I
to?
do. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I have money in my. Actually, no, just let me test this out.
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Huge, all right. Nice. 1 sec. All right, God bless. Yeah. So besides that, um, this is 5. It's very small. Should there be any issues, just contact one of us and we'll come down. Um, I will double check ASAP to see if I can get Ernesto's cousin in here so you get actual food. I am praying and hoping, but who knows?
Yeah, that's appreciated. But also, it's probably. I mean, if as long as that's there, I mean, that's plenty. I'm not too worried. But thank you.
Look, this is gonna be boring as fuck. Okay, that's just a heads up. I'm sure you know, but
yeah,
um,
it is what it is.
you can put the one you have in your locker, and then I'll put the other one in the lethal locker, unless your locker is full, and you can just move it to the security wing where the M9s are. I am normalizing lethals because we keep getting fucking breached. So if they want to fuck around, they can find out. I'm gonna slowly hand these out to more people.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, it's not the best. I wish I had a better alternative, but sadly the alternative to this is solitary, and that's horrendous.
No, that's understandable.
So I'm gonna try and see if I can get proper locks, except for a chain on that gate, and then hopefully a dude in here that can actually cook. So.
That's appreciated.
All right. Are you headed to bed?
Yeah, unless because I heard. Did you say someone needed to speak with me or?
Oh no, Meyer was asking if I still needed her, and I said if you need to talk to him, you're welcome to. If not, then you're good to go.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. No, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to head right to bed.
All right, no worries. Cool. All right, so am I.
Right, perfect. Yeah, thank you, and thank you guys.
Congratulations on living.
Yeah, another day.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, take care.
Good night, Earl.
Good night.
All right, Earl has been repositioned